Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic to see you today, and thank you for taking the time to join us at this our very special Chinese New Year Travel Festival and to this our dedicated Japan travel show. I'm Andy, your host on today's show, and we have got an amazing, thrilling show for you today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of Chinese New Year, last year, 2021, it was the year of the ox. But hey, that is so last year. We've moved on now. It's 2022 and a brand new year. And can you guess, ladies and gentlemen, what the symbol is for 2022? Yes, it is the year of the tiger. Yes, the tiger representing a year for making big changes, for risk-taking, for adventure, and for generally just celebrating life. And what better way to celebrate life than to travel? So, coming up today, I'll be speaking to Wendy Wu about travelling on an escorted tour with Wendy Wu Tours and what makes that so special. We're going off on a virtual trip to Japan to look at all those amazing, iconic highlights. Plus, we'll be getting off the beaten track as we take the lesser known road of travel to see what you can find when you go off the beaten track, as well as all of those fantastic, immersive and cultural experiences that Wendy Wu Tours are well and truly known for. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Japan is a big country. There is so much to see and do, but we can only cover so much in one part of the show. So stay with us till the end, when the show will continue as we go to our virtual travel lounge, where you'll be able to meet all of our Japan travel experts and ask all those burning questions, and you can ask anything that you want on travel with us. So, lots to get through. Let's go, let's travel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined now by Wendy Wu, founder of Wendy Wu Tours, who also happens to be one of the most influential people in travel here in the UK, Australia and New Zealand. Wendy, it is great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thank you, Andy. And everyone, happy Chinese New Year to you all.
So Wendy, if you had to encapsulate the magic ingredients that makes touring with Wendy Wu Tours so special and so unique, what is it?
Andy, I would say it's a fantastic passion, unsurpassed expertise, combined with a desire to serve.
Wendy, that sounds really hot, I have to say.
Thank you, Andy. Andy, we have a team of passionate travel experts. We love nothing more than dig very deep into the culture, history, tradition, food, and every best thing in that country, so that you don't just see the country, but to live extraordinarily during your holiday with us.
Wendy, this is amazing. Got to say, I love the idea of living extraordinary, and I'm sure our viewers do as well, of living extraordinary in a different country on our holiday.
Then, Andy, we have another team of passionate serving experts, and they love nothing more to look after you so well, 24/7 and every step of the way, from your visa to your flights, to your hotel, to your food, and to every excursion, every bit of a commentary, every show, and introduce you to the local people to ensure you have the most wonderful holiday when you are with us. And, Andy, with this combined, all we want to do is you have the best holiday whenever you go to a new country with us. every time and each time.
Really good. Now, Wendy, you said you take care of everything, every step of the way. So I want to know, and our viewers want to know, this is really important, are you then coming with us on every trip?
Andy, I would love to. But Andy, we have more than 1,000 trips a year, so I cannot. But Andy, just use this year as the example. I did join our first ever Spirit of Scotland group, and I also joined the Magic Christmas in Scotland tour. Then I also already done the recce for our Portugal Uncovered unique tour, and I am just about to go on to do the final personal check on our journey through Jordan. So, Andy, yes, I do personally vet our tours.
That's so good to hear and so important, viewers, isn't it? Wendy, we're here today. It's Chinese New Year Travel Festival that we're at. And viewers, it is, of course, the Year of the Tiger. So, Wendy, what does that mean to you, to Wendy Wu Tours, and of course to our viewers today?
Andy, for 2 years, we were under lockdown and robbed off the opportunity to travel. Now, it is a Chinese Lunar New Year, which signifies a new beginning and a changing of season. It is also the time of sowing the seed for the rest of the year. So for me and for our team is to showcase and inspire you with some of the most fantastic tours around the world. And for you, our viewers, we want you to come with us and enjoy, to plan and to select your dream holiday for your 2022, 2023 and beyond.
Wendy, amazing. Thank you.
Thank you and Happy New Year, everyone.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited to have this opportunity to share with you my top highlights of Japan. And in your lifetime, it really is a must visit. It's got a combination of ancient traditions, jaw-dropping scenery, mouth-watering food, and it really is the hot destination currently out there. And to choose my top highlights of this thrilling and fascinating destination that over 32 million people travelled to in 2019 has been incredibly difficult for me. But here we go. I have narrowed it down to my top 6, so I hope you enjoy me sharing these with you. In 6th place, I have Kyoto, and Kyoto was the capital for 1,000 years and the emperor's residence from 794 to 1868. And this enchanting city is the epitome of traditional Japan. Kyoto is Japan in a nutshell. It's the cultural and historical heart of the country, and it is the best place in all of Japan to experience the traditional outstanding temples, shrines, gardens, shops, restaurants. It really is a wonderful area with so much to see, and it remains as Japan's ancient capital. And what I love about Kyoto is you'll see the geishas wandering in the streets in the traditional kimono dress. And there was believed to be up to 80,000 geishas across Japan up until 1920. But now there's only around 1,000 geishas across the whole of the country. And you'll find around 100 geishas in Kyoto. Whilst in Kyoto on your Wendy-Woo tour, we also include that experience of the age-old traditional tea ceremony accompanied by a tea master. And this ceremony is also known as Wave the Tea. It's a Japanese cultural activity involving the presentation and the preparation of matcha, the powdered green tea. And on your Wendy-Woo tours, we do include so many wonderful experiences and activities, some which are very unique for you to enjoy. In 5th place, I have Hiroshima, and this is a vibrant, wealthy and forward-looking metropolis, and it is best known as the first city in the world to feel the power of the atomic bomb during World War II on the 6th of August 1945. And when the bomb was dropped, it pretty much destroyed nearly everything within a 2-kilometre radius when the American B-29 bomber, dubbed Enola Gay, dropped the bomb on the city. And it was the first time a nuclear weapon had been deployed in warfare, and the bomb immediately killed over 80,000 people. Now, emerging from the ashes, this is today a cosmopolitan city. It's a very peaceful place, and it is a real pleasure today to explore. And you'll witness the sights and the history and the heritage that the bomb destroyed. And you'll see the only building that has remained, which is the A-Dome. And you can reflect on the city's tragic past at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park and the museum, which commemorate the 1945 events. And our guides will share with you so much history and knowledge of this site. My 4th top attraction is the Miyajima Shrine, which is formed of a small island and hosts one of Japan's most iconic sites. And whilst officially named Itsukushima, the island is more commonly referred to as Miyajima, meaning Shrine Island. And this is because it is really well known for its main attraction, which is the giant Torii Gate, and it is so fascinating to see. At high tide, it appears that it floats on top of the water, and the Torii Gate is actually a spiritual entrance gate to the Japanese Shinto shrine, which marks the official boundary between the human and the spiritual world. So there's so much to learn and so much for our guides to share with you in these fascinating sites. And this shrine is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is one of the national treasures of Japan. If, like me, ladies and gentlemen, you're an animal lover and you love to see the local species and animals, you're going to love this next attraction. So deep in the Japanese Alps, you're going to find the snow monkeys, which are also known as the Japanese macaques. And they will offer a unique experience of seeing the wild monkeys bathing and playing in the region's natural hot springs. And I must say, I absolutely loved visiting these amazing creatures. The snow monkeys just go about their daily business and their daily way of life, and they're so interesting and fascinating to watch. There is no other non-human primate that that is more northern living, nor lives in a colder climate than these Japanese macaques. And you'll take a walk up to the area and then you'll be rewarded with seeing these amazing snow monkeys. If all of that bathing looks enticing, you'll be glad to know we spend 2 nights in a hotel with a traditional onsen as part of our tours, so you can enjoy a relaxing dip yourself. We are getting close to my top highlight, but in second place I have Mount Fuji, which is the highest of Japan's mountains, and it is an iconic symbol of the country as it stands 3,776 metres high. Well, I made my way up to the 5th station and had the most spectacular, fantastic views over the area, and really is something that I won't ever forget. It is quite spectacular. Now also you've got the Fuji 5 lakes, which were previously formed by the Mount Fuji eruptions, and the 5 lakes are at the base of Mount Fuji and they are absolutely beautiful, and you can take a cruise along Lake Ashi to the summit, the Hakka One ropeway cable car, for the most, again, spectacular views of Mount Fuji. And if you're lucky enough to visit in May, we'll take you to the Fuji Shibazakura Festival, where you'll be able to get some astonishing photos of the pink moss phlox in bloom with Fuji in the background, which is absolutely a magnificent sight. My top highlight is Tokyo, the capital city of Japan, and with a population of over 13 million, which is the world's largest metropolis and over 10% of the population. And it really is one of the most cutting edge capital cities with so much to see and so much to do. And on our Japan Uncovered tour, we actually spend 3 days here. Whilst in Tokyo, you can stroll the vibrant Asakusa district, and I really love this area. You can soak up the ambience and get a real glimpse into the historical Tokyo. Visit Sensoji, which is Tokyo's oldest temple, dating back to the 1400s. And Sensoji is the only example of 2 religions sharing the same temple complex, with a Buddhist temple and a Shinto shrine. Also visit the Sky Tree, which stands 634 metres high, and this is the tallest structure in Japan and the tallest tower in the world, and the views from the observation deck are nothing more than spectacular, and on a clear day you can see Mount Fuji. We finish our time here with a dinner cruise on Tokyo Bay, and this is a spectacular end to a magnificent tour. I hope you've enjoyed me sharing my 6 highlights. Maybe yours would be different, or maybe you haven't been and you really do need to go and see these amazing highlights that I've shared with you. Now, our Japan Uncovered tour includes all of my favourite highlights. It's including the cities, the countryside, the mountains. It's very extensive tour of all of those key cultural activities and history, and you really will, on our Japan Uncovered, get the most out of the fascinating land. That particular tour is a one hat fits all tour if you haven't been to Japan before. But I hope my highlights have given you some inspiration to visit what I believe is one of the most fascinating countries in the world. And that 17-day tour, if you did watch or were a fan of Joanna Lumley in Japan, this is as close as you're going to get to following in her footsteps. I promise you will love this, and there is no other tour in the UK that compares to this tour. So good luck. I hope you get to your amazing destinations and those places you really want to see.
Loved every minute of it. I decided I was going to see the world, and this is the place to see. If you go on one of these tours, you make some great friends.
Since the beginning of the tour to now, it's been absolutely fantastic, well organised. The itinerary's just been excellent. Couldn't have asked for more. And everyone on the group has got on so well. We really gelled together and it was fantastic. And Ken, the guide, has been amazing.
We've had great hotels, a wonderful guide with Ken. It's a really good group. I'm a solo traveller and I usually look for solo travel specialists, but I got in with this group and we've meshed really nicely. We've had a wonderful time. The food has been tremendous and I've enjoyed every minute. Everything has been thought of, everything has been considered. We've not had to think. For 9 days, all we've had to do is be where we're told to be at a certain time. And then we're taken away and shown the most wonderful thing.
Yeah, totally brilliant. We've delivered more than my expectations. Ken, our national tour guide, nothing has been too much trouble for him. So well organised by Wendy Wu. Brilliant tour, thoroughly recommended.
And so, of course, ladies and gentlemen, when you are in Japan, you have got to try the noodles. They are amazing, mouth-watering, delicious. And you get a lot for your money. Just look at the portion size. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you live and direct from Tokyo. Well, actually, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a white lie. We're not live and direct from Tokyo. I wish that we were, but for this time, we're not. We're actually in central London, and we are here at the Japan Centre, which is a fantastic restaurant, Tokyo-inspired, themed, as you can see around us. It is fantastic, and I would encourage everyone, if you've got the chance to come over to the Japan Centre and eat here and just take a look. It really is a great experience. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Sandra Foreman here, who is our Japan travel expert from Wendy Wu Tours. Sandra, great to see you.
Good to see you as well, Andy.
Lovely. Yeah, good. What do you think of this venue, Sandra?
Oh, fantastic. You get the real, the theme of Japan and the energy and the excitement of Japan. You'll get a little taste in here.
You would almost think, wouldn't you, we are in Tokyo.
Oh, we would love to be,
yeah.
Yes.
We will. Soon, ladies and gentlemen, soon. Sandra, obviously we've looked at some of the amazing and iconic sites in Japan, but I know that there's so much to see when you actually get off the beaten track.
Absolutely.
And that is something that Wendy Wu Tours are very, very good at doing, not only showing you the main sites, but getting off the beaten track to those lesser known and, areas that you want to explore. So Sandra, when it comes down to natural attractions, those sites, getting off the beaten track, veering off that main tourist trail, what are your top tips, top recommendations?
Well, Andy, I would definitely take a visit to the Kyushu Islands, where you'll visit Mount Aso, and it's an active volcano at the centre of the Kyushu Islands. And Aso crater is one of the largest in the world, so definitely a visit there. But also, Andy, the scenery in the surrounding area is absolutely stunning. So definitely a one to look at. And also Beppu. And Beppu has the famous hot springs, which are wonderful in Japan, and a real highlight. And also you can visit the Hells of Beppu, which has several spectacular hot springs in that area. And also, I would say Hokkaido. And Hokkaido is the most northern island in Japan, and it is one of the lesser visited islands, and it is most incredible for the nature and the wildlife. So these areas we go to on the Wendy Wu tour are fantastic to go and see.
So Sandra, history and culture, obviously synonymous with Japan. Bags and bags of history and culture, which, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to experience on all of Wendy Wu's tours, Japanese tours. Amazing. But Sandra, of course, history and culture, when we get off the beaten track, you know, veering off the main tourist trail, which I know Wendy Wu Tours does so well, what are we going to see?
Oh, Andy, you're in for a delight. The history, the culture is just amazing. And one of my most favourite places is Koyasan. And Koyasan, on a Wendy Wu tour, you'll stay in the 13th century temple and you'll sleep in that traditional futon on the tatami mat, and you can wear the kimono and you will really feel that local culture and history. But what I so love about this area is you'll rise early and you'll see the monks having their daily service, and the chanting is just a magical sound to witness and experience. Koyasan is the holiest site, and it's got the mountaintop sanctuary full of temples and pagodas. So definitely Koyasan is one of my favourites. But also in the northern Japanese Alps, you've got Kanazawa. And in Kanazawa, you're going to see the impeccable geisha and samurai areas and districts. And then deep in the Hida Mountains, you've got Takayama. And in Takayama, you're going to again witness some of the most ancient sites in Japan and have those experiences. And that really, Andy, is only a few. It is full of history, culture, and so much to see.
So Sandra, we've seen so much, so many amazing experiences, sites, you name it, it's all there in Japan, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, if we want to get off the beaten track, we want to venture off that main tourist trail, is there a top tour that you'd recommend for getting off the beaten track?
Oh, that is a difficult question. Wendy Wu Tours have the most extensive range of tours to Japan and really do have it all covered north to south. But if you really want off that beaten track, I would maybe look at Japan and the scenic south, or a journey through Japan, or offbeat Japan would be three of my recommendations to have a look at.
So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, food is amazing in Japan. In fact, I've got to say, it is my favourite and it is the best on the planet. And here, as we speak, is Tina with some amazing Japanese food for us today. Hi, Tina.
How are you?
Hi, I'm really good. Good to see you.
This is your wakame seaweed salad.
Wow.
And the edamame and the yakitori.
Amazing. Lovely.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much, Tina.
Enjoy.
Sandra, looking at this food here on our table, I'm getting really hungry. I don't know about you. What do you think of this food?
It looks delicious, Andy.
Can't wait. And as we've said, ladies and gentlemen, some of the best food on the planet, without a doubt, is found in Japan. Yeah. And that's because in Japan, you've got a vast array of cosmopolitan cities, towns, villages, and in all of those areas, they all have a fantastic array of different cuisines.
Yes, exactly, Andy, and a few of my favourites. So you have the okonomiyaki, which is the giant savoury pancake, and you'll find in each region this is made with different ingredients. So it is great learning about the food as well. So the okonomiyaki in Osaka will be made with savoury cabbage. In Hiroshima, you'll get your okonomiyaki with noodles. So, like I say, it really is to the region, the differences in the cuisine. And then, of course, you've got the miso soup. And on your Wendy Woo tour, we'll show you the process of making that Japanese seasoning, the miso, which is great to get involved in as well. You've got the traditional sushi, but again, on your tour with Wendy Woo, you'll discover the history and appreciate the etiquette of actually making the sushi with a lesson. So it's not only about experiencing the food, it's learning about the food and being involved in actually making some of the food and then enjoying it.
So Sandra, of course, when it comes to those amazing, those wonderful cultural immersive experiences that we all want to see and do in Japan, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'd agree with me. I've got to ask you, Sandra, what are your top recommendations for this?
Oh, there's so many experiences, Andy. And of course, on your Wendy Woo tour, every time on our tours, we include that traditional tea ceremony, which is an amazing experience. But also some of the experiences that I really love is that age-old tradition, the washi paper making. And it's making that Japanese paper and getting your hands dirty and getting involved, which is so much fun. Also, the sake is delicious in Japan, and you can be involved in making the sake cup and learn about the role of the masu sake cup in Japan's culture, and put your own design on the cup and bring that back as a souvenir from your holiday. Also, with a skilled instructor, they've got the age-old confectionery of over 100 years, which is making that traditional maple leaf bun. And that is just a few, Andy. There is so many amazing, authentic experiences that you will be involved in. And it's just really brings the tour to life, the group gel together. So it is wonderful.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard so many experiences, I've got to say, Sandra, I would not know where to start. There are just so many. So the burning question, the question we all want to know, is there a top tour that you'd recommend for those amazing experiences?
Yes, Andy, there is. I would do Japan by rail. And the reason I say that is it is a whopper of a tour. You're covering the north to the south with 3 of the main islands, many journeys on that famous bullet train, and the amount of experiences you'll enjoy and included on that tour is immense. It's a 21-day tour, so if you've got the time, you are really going to see so much on that.
But ladies and gentlemen, just remember that all of Wendy Woo's Japanese tours are full of the best, amazing, immersive experiences on the planet.
Absolutely, Andy. Just for me, the longer you can go, the better, because we haven't travelled for so long, Andy. That 21 days would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a selection of fantastic and exclusive travel festival offers for you today. Choose from free return flights to Japan, or partner flies free to all of our other destinations, or even a free single supplement on many of our most popular tours, and that is including Japan, saving you a whopping £1,940 per person. Or to help you fly in total style, we're also offering a free one-way business class upgrade to a wide selection of our destinations. Now, some of these offers must be booked by the 14th of February, whilst some of them are the 28th of February, and most are available on tours throughout 2022 and also 2023. So please check our website for all the details. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a big announcement. Are you ready? We have got a brand new service from Wendy Woo Tours. Now, we know that getting all the paperwork and the testing done before you travel can be quite daunting. So, ladies and gentlemen, just as we look after you every step of the way on tour, we're now taking away all the hassle and worry for you before you fly. So I can exclusively reveal to you today the launch of our brand new travel concierge service. Now, this new service includes either a pre-departure PCR test or 3 lots of lateral flow tests. Plus, you also get 3 personal calls from our travel team. You get a call before departure where a team member will assist you with all of your paperwork. You get a call before you fly home again, where again one of our team members will help you complete your paperwork for returning to the UK. And you also get a call when you arrive home just to make sure that everything went smoothly for you. Now, the current price for this new service is £199. But as a special attendee today, our new travel concierge service is just £99 per person. But you must book by the 14th of February 2022. And so, if all of this has really whet your appetite for travel, and just like me, you can't wait to get away, take a look at these incredible destinations, these getaways that are going to appear on your screen now. These are all departing in the next few months. Let's travel. So, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic to see you today at this, our Chinese New Year Travel Festival. And we hope you enjoyed your travels around Japan with us just as much as we have. Now, as I mentioned at the start of today's show, we've only just seen a part of the show. The discussion continues now as we head over to our virtual travel lounge, where our expert Japan travel team are ready and waiting to meet with you. Now, this is really important. If you've never travelled with Wendy Wu Tours before, this is your perfect opportunity to meet the team and ask all the questions that you want to ask, whether that's travelling in Japan, about escorted touring. You may want to ask, when is the best time to visit Japan to get that ultimate experience? And what about the hotels? Where will we be staying? And how safe, coming out of this COVID time, are we actually going to be on tour? Really important questions. We want you to travel with full confidence. That's why our team are there, they're ready and they're waiting to answer your questions. Any concerns that you have at all. You'll see the link now on your screen. Just click on that link and you'll be there in the travel lounge with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had a blast today. It's been a real pleasure and I look forward to seeing you in the travel lounge. Let's go.
We found Wendy Wu to be spot on from start to finish, with all the actual interactions from the booking to the preparation for the trip to arriving at the airport. It's been painless and faultless. Wendy Wu, they really do look after you.
I've been on other tours before and yeah, Wendy Wu definitely includes sort of a lot more, it makes it a lot easier.
I liked the idea of what Wendy Wu offered. They have an excellent reputation. So I looked at a number of other tour companies, but Wendy Wu seemed to be the best.
Everything being included is really important. It makes it very, very easy and you don't have to worry.
I just felt confident that that Wendy would know, the best places to go and the best things to do, and it's proved so far on the trip, it's proved correct.
I've been really impressed with not only right from the start when I rang up to book, the staff in the office were really helpful, just kind of organising things and making sure that we got all the right paperwork in.
Our national escort was Lily. Lily's been fantastic, so full of energy and so helpful. She calls us Lily's family. She's always referring to us as Lily's family, and I think she's really helped us actually bond as a group, which made the whole trip much more enjoyable.
The Great Wall was extraordinary. It genuinely brought tears to my eyes, looking out and seeing, understanding the history, and just seeing how it was built in inhospitable terrain across the mountain ridges. It was awe-inspiring.
Wendy Woo staff, the local guides, our national guide Lily, they've been more than helpful on many occasions, and they have done absolutely everything they can to ensure that we've had the trip of a lifetime.
I hugged a panda, which was an amazing experience and one that I will never forget.
I recommend Wendy Woo Tour to everybody, and tell them that if they want to go to China, nobody better than Wendy Woo Tour.
I will recommend Wendy Woo. It's been a terrific experience with them. I've been very pleased.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I'd recommend it to people that want to go on an adventure and visit somewhere they'd probably only see once, but to see the authenticity rather than just the tourist highlights that you could see internet.
I will certainly recommend Wendy Woo Tours when I go back to England. In fact, I'm sure we'll be going on more Wendy Woo Tours because we want to go to Vietnam and other places, and I'll see Wendy Woo do those tours, so we'll certainly be booking again with Wendy Woo.